Greetings one and all, it's Jeff Stockton coming to you with a new guitar lesson. This one is some real 101 type stuff. We're just going to talk about mapping out the fretboard. Sounds like an elemental thing, but I know really a lot of guitar players who've been playing guitar and making music for years, professionally in some cases, who still don't know where to find F on their third string, you know. So this is a video about that, because if you know where to find your notes, then you can really take anything that you learn about chords and immediately apply it all over the guitar, and that makes a huge difference in terms of creative freedom, expressive freedom, and so on. Above my head you will see a keyboard with the notes labeled. You'll notice that there aren't black keys in between each of the white keys. Between B and C we have no black key. That's what we call a half step. And in between E and F is another half step. There's no black key in between those. Most guitar players who don't know how to map their fretboard at least know the names of the strings. So you have the low E string, the A string, the D string, the G, the B, and the high E. So with these strings you have all of those white keys and the black keys in between them available to you. So if this is a low E string right here, open is an E. So our next natural note is an F, which is going to be a half step. So if E is open, a half step means that we're not skipping any frets in this case. So F is at the first fret. E, F, whole step to G, so that we're skipping a fret here, arriving at the third fret. Whole step to A, whole step to B, half step to C, whole step to D, whole step to E. And of course at your 12th fret you arrive at the note that you started at. And that's why there are 12 frets in an octave, because we're talking about 8 scale tones, you know. So the A string, same thing going on. A, whole step to B, so we're skipping the first fret, and B's at the second fret. From B to C is going to be a half step, as always, so that puts C at the third fret. C to D is a whole step, D to E is a whole step. So you get third fret, fifth fret, seventh fret's E, eighth fret is F, because it's a half step to F. And G is 10th fret, and A is 12th fret, just following the whole steps and the half steps. Now that you understand this basic concept, the idea is to apply it directly to every string on the guitar, maybe make a visual map of that on paper or the computer or whatever you prefer. And from there, it's just a matter of locating one note everywhere you can. So let's take C for instance. I can find a C at the 8th fret of my low E string, 3rd fret of the A string, and the 15th fret, and then the 10th fret of the 4th string, the D string, 5th fret of the G string, or 17th fret, 1st or 13th fret on the B string, and 8th fret, and whatever that is up there, 20th fret on the high E string. So yeah, those are all the C's on the guitar, and if you kind of get an idea of where those are all in relation to each other, it's going to be really easy to find your way around to any note that's a C, or any note that's anywhere near C. If you know that D is a whole step above C, then you can find any D just by knowing where those C's are, and so on. So you know, just start with one note, get to know where it is all over the neck, do the next natural note, and eventually do that with all the natural notes. you know, with the sharps and the flats, it's just a matter of, if you know where A is, you know where A flat is. As long as you know what the definition of flat is. With that and that alone, you can really become a master of finding any note on the fretboard anywhere you need it. So all it takes is a little time devoted to that. You know, take just let's say an hour a week of your practice time to just, you know, looking for notes, playing something and finding a new place on the fretboard to play it using the same notes. You know, that's a really invaluable process to the learning guitarist. So with that, I bid you farewell, and I will see you in the next lesson. Take care.